Why was I watching this and just got so irritated? It was just like, whatever. Oh my God.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Basketball Wives Season 7, Episode 13. As I said, I was watching and I just got to a point and I just was like, you know what, I'm done with that situation. But we'll talk about it. And it's in the situation I'm speaking of, Cece and Kristen. Just don't even care. But anyway, we'll get to it. First things first. First thing we see is Shawnee and her team actually getting together with their whole thing, with their cannabis business and all of that. She's planning on taking this trip to Amsterdam to really see what's really going on. Because, of course, everybody knows in Amsterdam, weed has been legal forever. So they she wants to go see how they do things so she can kind of be progressive and be ahead of everybody else. Very, very smart, Shawnee. And I was just looking at, I love their little t-shirts. She had t-shirts done and mugs done. You know, I like that old grassroots market and stuff. It's cute. But I liked their t-shirts and their logo and all that. It was really, really groovy. And I'm not even a weed smoker, but I was like, oh, I want them t-shirts. But anyway, moving on. We see Kristen talking to her mother on FaceTime. And they're going back and forth. And she told her about the nanny and how the nanny just sucked. She did for the most part, but there was some stuff on both sides. You don't need a nanny, Kristen. Take care of your baby. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. Because you're very particular and all of that. Go do your own shit, and then there's nothing to fuss about. End of story. Other thing they were talking about was the whole CC situation, and I've grown so tired. I've grown tired of the CC and Kristen situation. Her mother told her, you need to really stop this. Whatever this is, you two need to get it together. Y'all need to sit down and do it. She said, and just remember this. You do not have to be disrespectful to be effective. You've been raised, and you know better. I said, well, all right. So I'm digging Kristen's mother. Now, later on in the program, we see Jackie and Cece sitting down. And this is where I got real irritated. First of all, Jackie and her ridiculous mess. She's sitting up there and they were eating this fruit and they had flipped it inside out and they were eating it and it's getting all on their face or whatever. And Jackie starts to do this whole thing to her. Oh, it's just like eating coochie. I guess that's what it's like. Jackie, really? You want us to believe that you've never eaten coochie? Yeah, okay, Jackie. Right. You ain't never ate no coochie. Okay, Jackie. Tell us anything and shout out to Rocks, honey. I lie, don't give a fuck who tell it, honey. Go on, Jackie, with your bullshit. Anyway, Cece, they start talking about the whole thing about her going to Amsterdam. She's like, cool, I'm on board. And they start talking about the whole thing with her and Kristen. Cece starts playing oblivious. She doesn't know why Kristen's upset with her. She don't know where to break down what. I said, okay, I had enough. I had enough because you know what? That's one thing that I can't stand as a person is when people start playing stupid. You're not in a relationship. The two of you are not in this relationship that was so-called so great, and now neither one of you know where it got off track. Some motherfucker know what happened and who did what to whom. And it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now I'm finding myself every week trying to read between the lines. Fuck all that. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what you do, Kristen and Cece. I don't give a damn. I don't even give a damn if they don't show neither one of you bitches no more. Because I'm tired of it. And have I not been paying attention? Or did I just miss the fact that Cece is not even married to Byron? They're engaged. They're not actually even married yet. How did I miss that? Ridiculous. But she was just acting like so oblivious. Then she said, well, maybe it's because we weren't here for the birth of her daughter. That baby's like, what, 2? 1 or 2? You talking about some shit that happened a year or 2 ago? Maybe she's upset because we weren't here for the birth of the baby, but we had a trip to my homeland that was already planned. Me personally, at this point, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to see any more of Kristen or Cece. I don't really care. That whole situation, I don't give a fuck. Done with it. Done. Moving on. Tammy and Reggie. Okay, so Tammy's still going through this whole thing. She don't want to get married. So she finally has come to Reggie and told Reggie, I don't want to get married. Now I done told you, I ain't no big fan of Tammy and Reggie. They just there. They're just there. They're all right. I don't not like them. They're just there. I felt so bad for Reggie. His face when she told him, that she really just don't want to get. That man's face cracked so bad, like just the look on his face, it was like heart-wrenching. I felt so bad for him in that moment. And the bad part, I'm not blaming Tammy. I felt bad for her too. I feel bad for the whole situation. It's really a sticky situation that the two of them are in at this point. It's crazy. She don't want to get married. He really wants to get married. It's generally the other way around. It's usually the woman who is so hell-bent on wanting to be married and then can't get the man to get on board. I feel bad for them. And I was like, this is really crazy. And then later on in the program, they had a little dinner. They got together. And Tammy was petrified. You could see it all over her face. She was petrified. She was like really thinking that Reggie was going to break up with her. And thank God he didn't. And he was contemplating, whether he should stay or should he go. And that's all fair. That's fair. But I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat. And like I said, I'm not really crazy about Tammy and Reggie. I have to say, I think this kind of made me like them a little bit more. If they work through it, and I'm kind of like, it's like I'm pulling for them now. I hope Tammy has a change of heart, and I hope that she goes ahead and jumps over the fence and decides to go ahead and marry Reggie. Baby, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He told her, I ain't breaking up. I hope you change your mind. I hope you do too. I hope you do too. Don't let nobody else slide in there and get him. I think he is actually the guy for you. So I don't know. And I think it just made him a little endearing for me, even with all her messy shit and him getting on the internet being mad because people say shit about Tammy. And, I just think the two of them are ridiculous at times. But it was really endearing. And I was like, shit, I'm pulling for them. But whatever. It's very interesting. But this is a rough episode to watch as it pertains to Tammy and Reggie. It was some real rough scenes, some real live reality is what was going on. I don't feel like they were putting on for the camera or any of that. Like I said, Reggie's heart was damn near broken in the beginning, and Tammy was petrified as hell to thinking he was going to leave her at the end. Very, very endearing with Tammy and Reggie in this episode. But they got it together. They're going to stay together, and hopefully, I hope Tammy has a change of heart. Okay, moving on. Malaysia, Tammy, and Zell had actually gotten together. Let me tell you though, that little motherfucker, I can't do. I can't do Zell. Through the programs that I've actually seen Zell is just not likable. He's not likable. Malaysia had this whole idea of doing this clothing giveaway situation to these ladies in a homeless shelter. Women and young girls that are in the homeless shelter. And I thought it was a great idea. And the way that she wanted to set it up was more like they weren't going somewhere and somebody is taking pity on them and giving them things. It was set up like a shopping experience. So it was set up more like, and I thought this was brilliant. Because even at your lowest point, people have pride. They do have pride. You know what I mean? So I thought it was great. It was set up like they had basically been given a shopping spree, as opposed to, oh, everybody feels so bad for these people, let's give them something. So I thought that was just spectacular. I was totally here for it. Zale, I loved him being a part of it because he is actually, by trade, he is a stylist. So I love that part of him being there, and as I watched him work with the women, he was cool, and he worked with them, and he made them feel good. Like, yeah, girl, that's, all of that when he showed that part. But that old mean girl act, I don't like that. I don't like it, and I find it so unnecessary. It's like, you're already on here as the stereotypical pocket gay. Why do you have to have the mean, snipey, sissy thing going on? Like, you're being mean and snipey when nobody's doing anything to you. It's cool. Everybody knows our tongues are vicious. Everybody knows that. And we will snipe you, and we'll get you and let you have it. Everybody knows that. And that's cool when it's warranted. But when someone's not doing anything to you, it is a bad look for you to be attacking these women and they're not doing anything to you. I don't like it. So if that part was taken away, I think I would be okay with Zale, but it seems as though this is all that we ever see. Like I said, I was happy to see you doing what you actually do. Though I don't always like your styling. Now, I have to say, I know what's crazy about your styling, you know what I mean? But again, I'm only one person. I have my own aesthetic, you know what I mean, as a designer. So, it's cool. It takes all of us to make the world go round. But that nasty, mean girl act, I ain't with it. I ain't with it at all. I'm never with any of the kids, and you know who the kids I'm talking about, the gay ones, all of my kids, honey. I'm never with the kids attacking women or anybody for no reason. That's just not the way this works. We are not the aggressors. We have always, as history goes, we were the ones who had to stand up for ourselves. We had to come out and kick ass because somebody was trying it with us. But I don't know where the narrative switched to where we go out and pick with people. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. I ain't never with it. And I ain't never going to stand behind it. And that's where sometimes some of that bullshit falls in, where they say, oh, gays don't like black women and that, because of little shit like that. And what I'm talking about, how Zale keeps on, every time he gets camera time, he goes after Jen. You don't have anything, I don't like Jen. I don't like her. Fuck her. Because I'm sitting there watching her and I review. This is what I do. She not my kind of chick. I don't care for her. I don't care for the way she moves and all of that. But to date, we've never seen Jen do anything to Zale. Never. I don't even know if she even know him all like that. But every time we see you on screen, you are vicious with it. Vicious. Where Malaysia ain't being vicious like that. The problem that they got is with Malaysia. Malaysia got the problem with Jen. She don't need you as a mouthpiece. Let her go at Jen. Until Jen does something to you, shut the fuck up, man. What are you giving? Anyway, but that's just my thing. My channel, my review, that's my thing. Zale, shut the fuck up, Blondie. Sit your motherfucking monkey ass down. Ain't nobody picking at you, and you don't need to be picking at nobody else. Every show I see you on, bitch, you picking. Picking. And being a bully. Because that's what you come across. A bully, bitch. Sit down. Anyway. Okay, moving on. Like I said, Malaysia's event went really good. And then OG at the damn event. Now, OG's a fucking clown. She is. She's a clown and a muppet. She's a clown. She come there with no garments. Duh, OG, get the fuck out of here. And again, nobody, like, they talked about her, and it was cool that he was in the group talking about her like, this bitch ain't breaking that. I was cool with that. All of that little shady catty shit was cool. But again, Zale's going to be the one that actually sticks it to her and say shit to. Wrong again. Wrong again. The outward shade wasn't for you. You're not, when that program comes on and little music be playing and everybody's in there with their little pale pink or rose colored dresses on, you ain't on there with a rose colored dress, so you ain't have no business fucking with OG. But he was sticking it to OG, just letting her have it. I said, God, sit your ass down. But yeah, she was a fucking clown coming in there without nothing. Anyway, okay. When Jackie met with Shawnee actually did tell her that Jen was not invited to Amsterdam and that Tammy declined to come. Tammy's not coming. Evelyn, I want to pluck you in your forehead. You and Shawnee sat down and talked. You asked her about Jen. She told you Jen was not invited. She wasn't trying to fuck with Jen. She said it 22 times. Bitch, who the fuck told you to go over there and invite that rockhead bitch to come to Amsterdam? Now see, Evelyn, you stepping wrong. You stepping wrong. You walking backwards on your heels. What is you doing? Shawnee better than me, because when this shit jump off next week, if I was Shawnee, I wouldn't be speaking to you or fucking Jen. You will take your ass over there and invite her. Convince her to come to Amsterdam uninvited. I'm somebody kick Jen's ass just for even coming. Like, why are you know ain't nobody fucking with you, stupid. And you done let Evelyn talk you into it. Evelyn, you're out of order. Completely out of order. And if I was Shawnee, bitch, I'd make you pay. I would make you pay. I really would. But anyway. So that's it. That's all I got to say about the basketball wives. I set it up, didn't I? Almost 16 minutes worth of bullshit just fussing. Anyway, that's what I did. Whatever. Catch y'all next week for some more. Later.